Coming to you live. It's the Legal Beagles. It's a construction law thingamabob.
Thingamabob.
Hi everyone and welcome. It's another episode of Training Thursday for today, Thursday, January 12th, 2023. Kerry,
Wow.
have you stuck to any of your New Year's resolutions?
I didn't really make any New Year's resolutions, so yes, of course.
100% O.
100% of
for,
the zero.
for
Exactly.
Kerry. I'm Jordan Bateman, by the way, Vice President Communications for the Independent Contractors and Businesses Association, joined as always by
Kerry Vital, Program Manager for the Trading
Vital
Department.
by name, Vital by nature.
We're not caffeinated enough yet.
So here's what my resolution. I went really everyone's got the lose weight, and sure, I'd love that, and and run around on Steveston dikes and nonsense like that. But that's terrible. But the one I made was. And I wrote my wife into it. Is like before bed we would get into bed and we would watch a Netflix comedy show. We went through The Office and Parks and Rec and 30 Rock. We've been doing them all.
Totally.
So this year my goal was to read more, and I thought, well, let's carve out that 20 minutes to read. So we've been reading 20 minutes before bed every night.
Nice.
Kerry, I'm sleeping way better.
Oh, I always read before bed.
Yeah.
Like I usually a good 45 minutes of reading before I go to bed because And it doesn't have to be like a physical book. Like I have my Kindle sometimes too, and it's fine. But yeah.
Aren't you bougie with your Kindle?
I know. Well, it's because I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, I'm awake. Let me read my book for a little bit, so I fall back asleep.
I am. I'm working through the Wheel of Time series. I started
nice.
14 books.
Oh, jeez.
I started
That'll
it
keep you going.
in the summer on our trip to Hawaii, and then I'm now in book 6.
Okay.
What I try to do is read one Wheel of Time and then one of something else.
Okay,
so
that's
I've
a good
read
idea.
Heretical archaeology text that archaeologists hate.
Okay.
But I found it thoroughly entertaining.
Nice.
I've read Longmire, which is was a Netflix show, but a great mystery series by Craig Johnson, or a suspense series. So enjoyed that, but. It's working. Last night I slept like a baby. So.
Yeah, there you go. Jonathan is also doing a lot of reading. He was telling me all about that last week. He's like, by the end of the year, I want to read 30 books. I'm like, he's on like book 4.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really quantified it. It's just giving yourself the time to do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I always read before bed.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. I'm still on January the 12th. I'm still sticking to my New Year's resolution.
Nice.
Today we're talking about our feature course, and it's construction law. This is a classic ICBA offering because guess what? Construction and law go hand in hand. You may not realize this, but there's a lot of legal beagling around construction. And
when it goes wrong, it goes very wrong.
Yes.
So that's never good. So this is January 24th. It is 4 mornings, 8:30 to 12:30 p.m. You're going to develop an understanding of contract law as it relates to construction and the various CCDC/CCA and other contracts used within the industry. You're also going to learn how the BC Builders Lien Act works and the other legal means to resolve construction disputes and avoid litigation. Very, very important.
Yes.
So this is taught by our friends over at BGC Partners, Tim Williams and Mark Waters. They do great work for us. They teach a lot of our courses, especially the ones that are a little bit longer, the 2-day to 4-day in this case, sessions. And very important course, one we've had probably for at least 10 years. Very popular, very necessary.
Yeah.
Very important.
It's not, it's not. I was going to say it's not a sexy offering. It's
not really, no.
This is bread and butter construction stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And as many as 16 CPD points for BC Housing. That's a lot.
And 5 Gold Seal credits.
Yes, yes. I remember once as a young reporter in Langley, and I was a muckraking young reporter in the late 90s in Langley. I wrote a story about the local arena project had liens on it. And it was this was a big deal, something. And then a very kind builder I knew, a father of a friend of mine, calls me up and just kind of gently explained, Jordan, there's liens on almost every project ever done. It's just a way to get your deposits back. And there's a whole bunch of legal maneuvering. I was
That's very funny.
So then I wrote a follow-up about the craziness of the construction industry, and that was 30 years ago,
look at
25 years ago.
Look where you've ended up.
Yeah, and things were much, I think, probably simpler then than they are today.
That's very funny.
So what I like about this course is it hits every part of it.
It really
Environmental
does.
law, small claims process, safety law, making sure that everyone knows exactly what they're responsible for, which is 95% of the issue in contracts.
100%.
Who's responsible for what?
Exactly.
So construction law, you can hit the button below. It's a big commitment, but worth it to get your CPD points and worth it. You'll save your company a fortune because all it takes is one mistake and...
Oof, there you go. And you get almost all your CPD points because you need 20 in 1 year, and this is 15 or 16 depending on if you complete the online portion at the end of the session. But yeah, so
$650, that's like 3 hours of lawyer time. So if you avoid a 3-hour billing cycle, you've made it back.
Exactly.
So there you go.
It's January 24th.
Yeah, January 24th. And we'll offer it again later in the year, I'm sure.
Yes, we have multiple other sessions of this course coming up, but this is going to be the first one for 2023.
There you go. Construction law, any favorite legal shows from your... when I was, for some reason, when I was like a young teenager, I loved Night Court.
Okay, so I've never watched this, but apparently it's coming back. So my husband was showing me the trailer on YouTube, and he was absolutely floored that I never watched Night Court. You're young, and they didn't really rerun it. Well, they didn't really rerun it as much as some of the shows. So we're gonna watch the new one, and I'm fairly certain at some point he's gonna make me watch the old one.
We were really
watched a little bit of that one,
and then we tried to circle back to it during the pandemic. Does not hold up.
No, I can't imagine it would. I think there's a lot of ones from around that time period. Like Friends does not still hold up. Still love it.
That's a controversial
But there's a lot of things.
Look at Kerry trying to get the clickbait going.
I'm not. But there's a lot of things that like Friends is one of my favorite shows. But there is definitely some things that do not hold up, like the fact that their entire friend group is white. Probably not going to be a good thing in New York anymore. But anyway, there's a lot of that kind of thing. Well, there was one with Kathy Bates, and I can't remember what it was called. And it was maybe like 10, 12 years ago, a legal show. And she was working out of a shoe store. And absolutely loved that show. And now I can't...
Are you thinking of Ed, where he worked out of the bowling alley?
No, I didn't. And I'm going to have to look this up after this is done. And then what was the other one that I was watching?
I had such a crush on Julie Bowen from Ed.
And now on Modern Family as well.
Yeah, it was different then. Carol Vesey was such a lovely character.
That's funny. I can't remember the other one that I was watching. And it was basically like making fun of all the true crime shows. But now I can't recall what it was.
The Grinder. Did you watch that one with Rob Lowe and Fred Savage? It was on for a couple seasons. It was hilarious. Rob Lowe plays a TV lawyer who gets fired, or the show ends, and he's like having a midlife crisis. So he goes home to work with his dad and father, who are small-town lawyers.
Oh, geez.
And he just kind of wanders into the courtroom and uses his TV tropes in order to try to win cases. It's very good, The Grinder.
Nice. I'll have to look that one up, too.
Fred Savage is problematic now, so.
He is indeed. So, speaking of things that do not age well. Oh, legal shows.
Anyways, legal shows.
But yeah, it's all
I never got into like the LA laws. I was too young.
No, I didn't watch any of that.
Never done the Law and Orders.
Nope, never watched any of that. Did love CSI when I was in university. Watched a lot of CSI. And then you see the real life versions of that, and you no longer want to watch it.
Okay. Well, that's fair. Anyways, a great way to avoid being on any of those shows or having a story being told is to take our construction law course.
Absolutely.
Because they love zany things that go on, and you do not want to be zany in construction. You just want to build your project, get paid, and move on to the next one.
Exactly.
Construction law will help you do that. We will be back next week, and next week we're going to talk about apprenticeship week.
Ooh.
So get ready for that.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you then.